What's up, cool kids? FD White. So the market took a nice little nosedive today. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about it over in Telegram. We talked about it over on YouTube. So make sure you guys come over. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the free Telegram, the Cool Kids Alpha Club, because we keep the community updated. We keep anybody who's watching updated, no matter if it's a bullish bias, bearish bias. We keep it 100,000, like I like to say, for the market. We keep it honest from my point of view, and we just go from there. So let's talk about the crypto market. Yesterday we did talk about Bitcoin coming down. We said, be careful, we need to bounce now. Be careful, we need to bounce now. We put this out at 5:47 p.m. Eastern time. And we said that because we were looking at a neckline. We were looking at a support level that we've been holding ever since, I think, the end of May, that we were looking very weak at. And we were forming this head and shoulder pattern with the target coming in around 106K. So we have not come down to 106K yet, but we are on bear watch right now because we talked about trying to reclaim certain levels and we did not reclaim it. So we'll continue to watch that. Like I said yesterday, we did talk about this.
Foremost, we are sitting at $111,233 at the time of recording, and we have been talking about this neckline here. We need to hold this neckline. This goes all the way back. After we got that strong move, we started to use this as support on the 12th of May. So this goes back. This goes back to the middle of May, and we've been holding this trend line. We've been holding this overscoping trend line slash neckline as we've been going up. And we just hold it. We held it here again when we came down to our low of September at 107.3. We came down again at 108 when we made our higher low, and then we took off to a new all-time high. We had that huge flush out last Friday, but then seems like we are still holding this, and we want to continue to hold this. This is very, very, very important that we hold this. We lose this, I mean, it wouldn't be good. I will say that. It wouldn't be good. Even if I don't want to close a weekly below this neckline, below this trend line, to be completely honest.
So basically, we don't want to close a weekly candle below that neckline. Let's look at it in real time right now. Bitcoin is sitting at 108,700 at the time of recording. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We can get a little bit more information. We had our target that we showed yesterday, or that we put in the Telegram that we talked about over here on YouTube yesterday, coming in at about 106K. Right now, it does look like, actually, if we go to the hourly, it does look like we came down. Now we are consolidating. Hopefully we can get back above here. If we can close a daily, or close a weekly rather, above this $110,000 to $110,500 level, that would be a small victory. Small victories right now. Right now, what we're doing in the meantime is we're watching everything and doing nothing. Watching everything and doing nothing. That's what I'm doing right now. That's not financial advice. A lot of people are getting wrecked. A lot of people are getting liquidated. We'll talk about that on another video. Big traders, huge traders, people who, everybody looks up to, that are major traders. They're having a tough time too. So it's a very choppy market. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm watching Bitcoin, seeing what it wants to do. Do we want to, come down here first at our level, coming in at about 106K, or hopefully we can get back above here, and then we can start making our way back up to this $113,500 level. So those are my two different scenarios that I'm looking for in order to close this weekly candle out. Like I said, hopefully we don't close below this 110,000. So we need to get a little bit more pumpage going up. The NASDAQ was down today. S&P was down. The Dow was down. Gold was up a little bit, starting to pull back a tad bit, but it did get up to like 42. We got up to 43.85, depending on your exchange. So gold has been outperforming. So we talked about buying gold since 2022. This is primarily a crypto channel. I'm primarily a crypto bro, but I do see, other things of value, and gold is one of them that I do allocate towards, a little bit, just a little bit. But, I had to have exposure to gold. We talked about having some exposure to those gold mining companies, which are actually doing well as well. And we talked about silver too. So right now we're going to stick to the crypto market. Like I said, I don't even want to talk about altcoins. Ethereum is under 4K. Solana is at 185, which is a important level to hold. So we'll see if we hold that. XRP is at $2.35. We want to get back above $2.50. Everything else is pretty much, below key levels. So we'll have a dedicated altcoin video a little bit later, possibly. We'll say this weekend we'll do a deep dive with some altcoins and see what the market can do if Bitcoin can start to reclaim some of these key levels. But it looks bearish. I'm not gonna lie. Right now we do look pretty bearish for the overall crypto market, for the overall Bitcoin market. Bitcoin dominance is not even bouncing like I want. We wanted Bitcoin dominance. Like I said, when we had that huge flush out last Friday, we got Bitcoin dominance up to about 62.5%. Then we started to come back down. People started to run back to flock back to altcoins or flock back to whatever they were flocking to and not Bitcoin. And that's not good. That's not good. We need Bitcoin dominance to go up, whether Bitcoin is going up or down, and it's not happening. It's not holding a bid. Bitcoin dominance is not staying up. So until that happens, I don't think we're going to have any type of run. Of course, not an altcoin season, because I think Bitcoin dominance has to go up and then roll over in order for us to get a sustained altcoin season. Right now, it's just going to be very, very choppy. And, like we've been talking about over the past week or so, we have a lot of uncertainty in the market with the tariffs. We have a lot of uncertainty with these rare earths in China and things like that. So we just got, like I said, the whole title of this video is See Everything, Do Nothing. That's what I'm preaching right now. If your conviction is strong, if you have a long-term mindset on some of these coins, maybe these are good entries. But for the most part, trading wise, I'm kind of chilling. You know what I mean? If I see some sort of a major reclaim, we'll do our R3 strategy, our reclaim, retest, react strategy. But for the most part, like I said, I saw a lot of traders, a lot of great traders who are way better than me with a lot more money than me getting liquidated, getting chopped out. So we want to just be cautious, and we want to take heed to the market. This is not my market conditions. I don't trade well in these market conditions. So that's one superpower that I have in trading, is that I do not trade when my when my conditions are not met. I like a certain type of condition in the market where my strategy works well, and if it doesn't work in this type of environment, then I will not trade. So we'll talk about that on another video as well. I did want to talk about where I see some positivity, because we've been talking about negative. So I'm on a liquidation heat map on the weekly, and we do have a little bit of liquidity sitting above us at 113,752. So if we go back to the crypto market, we go back to the Bitcoin chart rather, what do we see? We saw this here. This is what our hopefully we can start to do once we reclaim this 110,300. We'll just say 110 to 110,500 dollar level, and then we can get back to this area at 113,573, which we had a lot of price action, a lot of resistance here, support here. So it's a major support and resistance level. And like I said, we can see that in confluence with some a nice. Let's actually do this, see if we can get a little bit brighter. So we can see that coming in at 113.5 to 113.7 K on our liquidation heat map. So that comes in confluence with that as well. Before we get out of here, I did want to look at two news stories. So BitMine chair Tom Lee says the bubble has burst on DATs. So that's digital asset treasury companies, as many trade below net asset value. So we remember a couple months ago, everybody was like, we're buying Bitcoin. We're putting Bitcoin on our treasury. We're putting Bitcoin on our balance sheet. We're going to hold Bitcoin in our treasury. And now it seems like that is taking a turn. Tom Lee talked about this, and he said that DATs, so-called DATs, are businesses that acquire a hoard of given cryptocurrency from Bitcoin to Dogecoin, blah, blah, and seek to operate a publicly traded vehicle that provides sale exposure to those assets in the form of shares. But with the number of projects ballooning, critics have warned that digital asset treasuries, or DATs, could be the latest crash in the roller coaster sector. So this happens every cycle, or every run up. A major thing happens where it's like, oh, this is the new shiny thing. This is how we're going to package crypto. This is how we're going to have crypto. We're going to do crypto like this. We're going to buy this. We're going to do that. And then it just, crypto is still volatile. Like, this is what we keep talking about. So that is one of the ways, or one of the new hot things that was happening in crypto. And it seems like Tom Lee, who's one of the most crypto bullish people in the space, that has a face, that has a name, that has a voice, he's saying that the bubble may have burst. So we'll continue to watch it. We'll continue to see if this happens. And, like I said, crypto is very volatile. And I don't think a lot of these traditional ways of investing, or these traditional ways of investing in, like how TradFi does it, I don't think it can apply to crypto yet. Not yet. I don't think crypto is mature enough yet. Still a lot of volatility, still not enough regulation, still too much, just fat in the system, just excess fat in the system that needs to be trimmed. We need to lean this space out. So if that makes sense to you, you know what I mean. And we'll continue to watch that. And then last but not least, it says Trump's family earned $1 billion in pre-tax gains through crypto ventures. Crypto ventures. We'll just leave it at that. I don't think, I don't want to get too this. Definitely not political. It's just me using my critically thinking, analytical brain. I'm sure a lot of this was insider trading. we were happy to get a pro crypto president. You know, I'm still happy that we have a pro crypto president. It gives us opportunity. It gives us we thought it would give us an easier path to financial gain. You know, so some have taken advantage. Insiders, you know, I think it's inevitable that this was going to happen, and I think it was something that now people are starting to see, and now nobody's questioning. Like when Trump coin came out, and whatever his wife's name had dropped a coin, and then you know we saw a lot of big insiders dumping coins or doing things, opening longs, opening shorts right before these big announcements and things like that. We're not stupid. You know, we're not stupid. So the Trump family earned $1 billion in pre-tax gains through crypto ventures. We're just gonna put ventures in quotation marks and just leave it at that. But as long as we do have a pro crypto president and he's making money off crypto, I think crypto will be okay. Still will be, or still is, the wild, wild west. So we got to figure out where the big money is going, how the big money is playing, and emulate that on a smaller scale. That's pretty much what I'm doing and what I'm saying. So like I said, for the most part, this video is basically just talking about sitting on your hands. We will see everything and we will do nothing, like I said, unless you're trying to scoop up some cheaper crypto for the long haul. Me personally, I'm seeing everything. I'm staying attuned to the markets. I'm not taking any days off. Even if this is a bear market, my thesis is we don't go into a year-long bear market. If you want to know more about that, I think I have like some shorts. Go find the short on my page where I talk about the bear market. But like I said, we're going to continue to stay diligent, stay strong, do our homework, do our due diligence. And when the market presents itself for our trading conditions or my trading conditions, then I will trade more heavier. If I see something here or there, then I'll jump in. I don't have to trade every day. I have other means of income, things like that. And that's the key. If you're trading, you don't have to trade every day. Always make sure that you have other sources of income coming in, other things that you're doing. So trading doesn't have to be your bread and butter. It could be the icing on the top. That's what I preach. Trading is the icing on the top. It's not the cake. It's not the batter or whatever, however you make a cake. I don't know how to make a cake, but it's the icing. The icing. This is where you get, you know, the sweet taste, the dopamine spike and things like that. But for the most part, your core, your cake, your actual cake is everything else that you do. So that's what I preach. That's what we preach. And, you know, make sure you're not over leveraging a lot of these big whales and people in crypto. Crypto is just degenerate. It's a lot of gambling in it. People are not trading, they're gambling. We want to trade. We want to have the best edge. And if we don't see our edge, we don't play in the casino, or, you know, if you want to call it that. So this is FD White. I appreciate you. If you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, come over to the free Telegram, Cool Kids Alpha Club. Link will be in the pinned comments. If you are trading, we do have some incentives. You can get $50 worth of free USDT over on TooBit to trade. You can open like a 20x trade, free money. Take the free money, see if you can, you know, swing for the fences and see if you can, you know, make some weekend money, things like that. And if you want to get exposure to gold, if you want to trade gold, silver, commodities, things like that, you can also go over to BTCC. Like that, gold is in a bull run, silver is in a bull run. There are stocks that are still climbing. They have the NASDAQ, they have tokenized NASDAQ, stocks, commodities, things like that. So you can go over there and trade. You got to find where the conditions are easier to trade. So BTCC is a place that I've been doing that, trading that when I have been trading other things than crypto. I've been so hyper focused on crypto. I've been missing gold runs. I had started to trade gold a little bit at the beginning of the year, I think it was, but then I kind of shied away from it. And now I'm like, I should have just been trading gold this whole time. So we'll continue to see if gold is going to keep going up. Like I said, I'm trading over on BTCC. I will have a link in the description to that as well. So we got TooBit, we have BTCC, and then we have other things if you want to support the channel, because I do get commission if you use my link. So I appreciate that if you want to support the channel. So this is FD White. I will talk to you in a minute. Have a good night. Peace.